Welcome friends to the weekly outlook. Boone here from Elliott Wave Pro. Like I said last week on Bitcoin here, I thought this might have been the end of the move in here. Instead it gave a little move up and another one down. It's still a B and a C down. Targets weren't hit. My first and second target weren't hit, but I think it's complete now. So yeah, look for that buy. At worst, we got a nice impulse up here. So let's draw this little trend line in here. So we've got a little breakout here. We've got a nice impulse up, correction, and so start looking for that buy. You can move it to break even. As soon as this high gets broken here, move it to break even, and the 100 fib, you could take half off. I am looking for this top here to be broken, this top over here to be broken, but if you want, you can take half off at the 100 fib, just in case it gives something more complex, you know, may give some more complex structure in here. So yeah, it's up to you, but I'll be taking half off at the 100 fib and then just letting the rest run. So that's pretty much it for Bitcoin. Look for that buy. WTI, if you've been following my weekly outlook for a while now, you see that the first and the second target got hit. So now we're starting to get that bearish divergence. So really we need that larger correction before we can buy. Even if this could be an A, B, C for a running flat in here, but we need, because you don't really want to be buying up here. You need some sort of a correction, little flag in here to buy it, or you can even look for that sell. I'm not really interested in the sell because I do think it has got a little bit more to run, and this is just an A wave, and then we get, like, this is the A wave here, and then we get a larger correction, a B, and then we get the C up. So I'm not really interested in the sell, but you can take it for a scalp, see how it goes. I'm more interested in the buy. And yeah, we're at the 50 fib, and we have that bearish divergence on the H4. So if we go down to H1, you can see we're getting internal bearish divergence in here. Well, actually we got a cross, so we got bearish divergence in here between this high and this high as well. So you can look for that sell. If you get something like this, look for the sell. But I still think it's only going to be a correction, like I showed on the H4. You can take the sell if you get a sell set up, but yeah. Gold's pretty tricky. I do think this top here will be broken. Now that we've broken out, we got a nice impulse up, correction, and this should go and break this top, even if it just gets to the 100 fib. I'm not really interested in the buy. We're at a high, so it's starting to get too risky for me to be buying this. But by all means, you can scalp it. For the scalpers out there, you can scalp this to go and break that top. But you really want to be careful. As soon as that high gets broken, this high over here gets broken, you really want to be starting to be careful, because then we're going to start to get the divergence, a lot of divergence. And you can see on the H1, we've just broken the top there, and we do have bearish divergence here. So for me, it's not really something I'll be looking to buy, but if you do get a bit of a correction in here or a flag or something, you can trade the flags. Just scalping basically. That's pretty much it on gold. DXY, we got, and this is pretty much on all the majors as well. We got this move down. We got this impulse here, and then this is pretty choppy. You can see how choppy it is. So I am looking for an A, B, and a C. But I'm looking for the A, a B, and a C up. I'm looking for either a running or expanding flat. More than likely it'll be a running flat. But to trade it, to give me something to trade, I really need this impulse down to give me something to trade. And then, yeah, look for that 100 fib once we get this impulse down here. Bit of luck we get this impulse down. Because if we have a look on the H1, we got that bearish divergence. So it's too risky to be buying this. Like you can see, it breaks and it just breaks the top and then just comes back down. Breaks the top, comes back down. So really, we need this impulse down to fit with this one. Then we can look for that buy. And that's pretty much all on these majors. On the AU, exactly the same. We've got this impulse correction in here. So look for that buy to the 100 fib. We don't have a buy set up at this stage. You have to wait, but yeah, I am looking for those corrections. The correction to finish before I can start to look for the buy. So we know in a B wave that it can break the low. So you have to be careful. So this low here can be broken in a B wave. So this can be the A, B, and C, and even break this low. So you have to wait for that trend line break, the flag or correction before you can before you can look for that C up. And it's pretty much the same on all these majors. Again, EU, we got that impulse up. Then we got this choppy movement. Wait for that impulse up before you look for that sell. You can look for that buy. You can scalp the buy if you want. If you get the trend line break in here, you know, a little flag or something, you can scalp it. It's going to be quite risky, but if you're more of a scalper, you can look for that trade as well before we get this larger impulse down. GU, again, we got this impulse. This one wasn't as choppy, but we do have that bullish divergence. So I wouldn't be trying to sell at down here. Wait for that. Wait for the larger structure. And if we get this impulse up, then, you know, wait for a little flag or bearish flag or something in here, and then look for that sell, because we'll get an A, B, and a C. Okay. NU, pretty much the same. Pretty much the same as AU. We've got impulse up, some sort of correction. Wait for the running or expanding flat before we get that C down. They're all pretty much exactly the same. UY, I'm looking for the larger. We got a nice impulse down on this one. Got a nice impulse down. I don't think this is all the correction. So I'm looking for this as a B wave, a B in a B, and then we get the C up. So we got an A, B, C to complete the B, and then we go look for more downside. You Sheffy, U Sheffy, pretty much the same. I'm looking at this, all this in here as a B wave, as a B in a B. So wherever this goes here, look for that C down. Like I said, if you're a scalper, you can look for the sell, but I'm more interested in this buy, the larger impulse up, okay, for the C, at least the C up. And yeah, like it may even go and break the top this one. So, you know, just look for that trade, look for the buy, hold, get out of half at the 100 fib, and then yeah, just let it run. UCAD, pretty much the same as U Sheffy. It's looking pretty much identical. So we've got a sharp move down. We're getting all this. Look for the C down, internal C down to complete the B wave, and then we get that C up. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. You know, they all the majors are looking pretty much the same. So yeah, just watch the market, trade safe, and I'll see you out there next week. Enjoy.